Hey everyone, or like my 5 subscribers that I have. It's the Supreme King. Well, this is probably a little awkward and not the kind of video you've been expecting from me because, I've never really showed my voice before or anything like that. But I've had a mic for a while now, and for this channel update, I figured I'd go ahead and use it. Figured it'd be easier for people to, understand instead of just like putting some text in front of a picture. I at least figured it would maybe sort of help get across what's going to be happening with this channel from now on, because this isn't going to be the last time you're going to be hearing my voice. Just a small spoiler. I do apologize about the crappy mic quality right now. I'm doing the best I can to make sure it's at least kind of okay. I know it isn't. I have more mic stuff on the way that's definitely going to be hopefully improving the quality quite a bit, but it's a learning curve, so it might take me a minute. But in any case, hopefully the next time you hear me, I'll sound better. But for now, I sound like this, mainly just because I wanted to get this channel update done and send it for like the couple people I have subscribed to me. I know I don't have many people subscribed to me, especially probably not after I died for like a year, but I figured I'd make this just for the sake of it, because I don't want this to come out of the blue. If anyone still does watch me, I want them to know. So figured I'd just go ahead and record this. So the channel is going to be going through some changes. That's partially why I died for like the better part of a year. I was planning to do this whole big series for like Yu-Gi-Oh! Scripted duels, and in general, the plan was initially that was going to be what my channel was mainly about, Yu-Gi-Oh! Scripted duels, because I liked making them. They really were a blast, and I enjoyed making them. But the longer I sort of exist on this side of YouTube, the more I realize that that's just not any sort of like sustainable channel goal. I look all around me, and every single person I see who makes these types of duels is getting their content taken down and striked, and they're lucky not to lose their channel. It's why my idol, or like the person who I very much look up to in this sort of video making industry, Yuma Tsukumo, that's a big reason why he stopped doing his channel. And it's a big reason why like a lot of people have privated their stuff. I mean, even like the people who make like the fantasy duels are now getting targeted, which I mean isn't a surprise, since AMVs and stuff like that are getting targeted as well. So it's just kind of a situation where I want to make these ambitious like videos that would be really great, but the problem just ends up boiling down to the fact that I could spend like months of my life making these videos, and you guys would see them and you'd love them and they'd be great, but then they'd just get taken down, and that would just feel like absolute shit. Like, it was already frustrating enough with my first scripted duel, Edo versus Arc V Jack, where I had to remove a whole section that was like Edo talking with Sayo, which basically explained, or kind of tried to explain, part of what was going on. Instead, it just had to cut from Crow losing to the duel with Jack, basically, which was just unfortunate. And similar stuff like that is going to be happening, especially if I tried to do my series where I didn't just have the duels. I tried to include like a lot of dialogue and like a lot of context. That stuff would get taken down, or I'd have to cut it up, and that would just suck, especially with the series, because with Edo versus Arc V Jack, it was mainly just, it was like an icebreaker. I just wanted to make a single video, just, to kind of get myself out there, get some practice, and then go. But the problem is, so like, with that duel, it didn't really matter that things got cut off. But in other cases, like with the series, it's going to matter a lot more. It's going to be more problematic. It's going to be more of an issue. So in the end, it's just something that I just don't think I can pursue. Even if I really wanted to continue my series and just keep going, I don't see it going well. Like, it's just going to get taken down. My channel probably will get nuked. Maybe not, but regardless, it's just not going to go well. And that's just not something I want to do because I put a lot of time and work into these scripted duels. I mean, Edo versus Arc v Jack wasn't even that good, I'd say. Like, it wasn't really that great. And I still, like, took quite a bit of time making it. Like, you know, I had to take a decent bit of time writing the script, and then I had to take a decent bit of time, you know, editing it and such. You know, I'm not like the people like, you know, Yu-Go Epic Duels or some of the Fantasy Duel people. Not to say that they're, like, bad people or anything, but they just... a lot of them just don't put a ton of work into their scripted duels. You know, they do a very generic script where the characters just summon their boss monsters and they clash, and then one of them wins and one of them loses. I often try to take plays directly from the anime. I often try to make things seem very in character. You know, I don't want a character doing something that just seems completely out of left field, like, and just not them. I try to make the editing good. I try to make there be, like, cool moments like it's an episode of the anime. And admittedly, I was never as good at that as, you know, Yuma Tsukumo, who, you know, was the person who inspired me to make this channel. But it was still my intention and it was still my goal. And I wanted each scripted duel I made to feel unique. And I just feel like I will not be able to accomplish that under the conscription or, like, limitations of what YouTube will allow me to do without striking me. It's just not possible. So in the end, the series, and for the most part, scripted duels in the way that most people think of them are going to be gone. I know it's unfortunate, but it is the way it is. I don't intend to completely throw away that side of my channel. You know, I do intend to try and bring scripted duels back in some way, shape, or form, but it probably won't be like an anime episode with the clips or things like that. I think the biggest thing I've been thinking of right now is doing something similar to a channel called Legendary Duels, where I record myself and a partner, like our hands on a game mat, using actual cards to, like, show what's happening with the script, and dubbing it over with, like, audio from the anime. I definitely wouldn't do what Legendary Duels does and, like, try to do the Japanese myself, because I would probably sound, like, extremely cringe. I mean, yeah, it's just wouldn't be the best thing for me. So I'd be definitely trying to dub it over, and that's in it of itself might get me striked, but I don't know what else I could do. I kind of have to do it like that. Or I don't know. If I was to try and continue the series in that fashion, I'd probably have to do some weird mental gymnastics to make the story work out. Maybe I could, like, write it out, or, like, put it on Patreon or something. If I did have a Patreon where I did stuff like that, I definitely have to make it more than just that, though, because I feel like if my Patreon was literally just the duels or, like, the story, like the clips and stuff, that would be very much no longer fair use in any way, shape, or form, since people are literally paying to see animation that was created by another company that I am then, like, splicing together. Like, yes, I am, like, applying a new art form to it, but it still seems wrong, and I don't want people to pay for that. So, yeah. In the end, I just can't think of a way to fix that. It's just an inevitability. Scripted duels are going to be no longer the main focus of this channel. They are going to still exist, most likely, but it's something that's going to have to change. This channel, in general, is going under changes. It's not going to be completely different. I still intend to try and do things relating to Yu-Gi-Oh!, but the channel is no longer going to have a very strict theme. I'm going to be doing other stuff than just Yu-Gi-Oh!, and in general, I'm just going to be trying to throw some stuff at the wall, see what sticks. Maybe some narrative analysis, maybe some definitely some power scaling. I don't know if the people watching this even know what power scaling is, because I mean, I don't have many fans, so I can't be sure. But power scaling is kind of like stuff like people Seth the Programmer do, or Death Battle if you're more normie. It's just basically like trying to decide like what a fictional fight between a character and who would win. And I definitely see myself doing some of that. And I mean, even with Yu-Gi-Oh!, I mean, I know there's a lot of people who just don't think that works with Yu-Gi-Oh! They try to like go with like who would win in real life based on their decks, or like how much, or like their hacks or things like that. I don't know. I don't plan to do that. I do play hacks and like abilities are going to have something to do with it, but in the end, I plan to try and do something very nuanced with it, which is, how power scaling is supposed to be. There's a lot of factors you have to take into account, and Yu-Gi-Oh! Is no different, and I do believe it can be done, though there are certain struggles with doing it with a show like Yu-Gi-Oh! But Yu-Gi-Oh! Isn't going to be the only show I'm doing it with. I probably am going to be doing power scaling to do with like Star Wars and other anime for that matter. I don't know, just a lot of stuff. As for like narrative analysis, I'm not sure if that's going to be on this channel or if it's going to be on another channel. Spoiler alert, I am going to have a second channel, but that is something else to keep in mind. Maybe I might have videos where I review things or talk about why I don't like things, or just, I don't know. I don't want to be too extremely negative. I feel like if anyone knows me on Discord, they've kind of gotten that stigma about me that I'm like extremely negative, and I definitely can be, but I want to try and not be a complete asshole. I know, surprise. In any case, so yeah, that is something that needs to be taken into account. In general, I'm going to be trying to do things that can be seen much more as my own creation, like my own art. I know scripted duels are that as well in its own fashion, but like it still kind of falls into an iffy situation with fair use. I definitely want to be doing something that like the main attraction is what I am producing, and there's really no way you can take that away. It is 100%. If I'm using anything from a material that belongs to someone else, it is a complementary thing, and I am merely using it as an example or to enhance what I am already doing, which would fall under fair use, because I'm taking it and applying it in a new connotation for either criticism or applying it to some new form of art rather than just copying it. But other than that, I'm still not completely sure what the plan is. There are a lot of things I think of doing, and like I did say earlier, I believe, I do plan to do a second channel. That channel probably isn't going to have much content for a while, but I do plan to do it. Basically, it's going to be me more so trying to follow something else I want to do, which is voice acting. I'm not very good at it currently, but I am an actor, and I have acted before, and voice acting is not only something that I view as a viable career path, but it's just also something I think I'd really enjoy, so I definitely want to practice and get better at it, which is why I'm creating a YouTube channel. I don't exactly know what the plan is, if I'm just going to be like doing like little 5-second shitpost videos of like me doing voices, kind of like how some people do, like Kaiser Neko, or if I'm going to be trying to do something more serious than that. I'll figure it out. I definitely won't be doing that till I get my recording more under control, though, because I'll need to figure out how exactly to make myself not sound like shit, because right now I sound like shit. But that is something to be expecting in the future. And I mean, that's pretty much it right now, is, just the channel's going under big changes. I'm going to be trying to change a focus, doing a bunch of different things. Narrative analysis, power scaling, things like that. Narrative analysis might go in the second channel, it might not. It depends on what route I want to take. The second channel is going to exist. It's going to be something I use for my voice acting as well as possibly other stuff. Scripted duels are no longer going to be the focus, though they might still exist in some way, shape, or form. And I might still do like 1 or 2 traditional scripted duels simply because they were requested of me by a friend, so I might try and finish them. As well, I might also, me and my friends on Discord do a lot of like Yu-Gi-Oh! Character tournaments, and I might just put the replays on the channel and put some anime clips over them. And since that would be obviously a lot easier than scripting a duel and doing all this complex editing, I wouldn't mind doing that even if they got taken down, so that wouldn't be as much of a loss. In general, to summarize, I'm trying to evolve the channel as well as create a new one that is more sustainable. I want to create something that can grow more. I want to create a following. I want to try and be successful on this platform. And not even just because of the money, though the money would be nice. If I could get to the point where I was making money off of doing these videos, I would be ecstatic, because you know, that would just be such a great thing to be able to actually make a certain amount of money off of these videos, which I do enjoy making as opposed to like working a normal job. But that's not the entire reason. It's just the fact that if I'm going to put this much time and work into something, I want it to be something sustainable. I want it to be something that I don't feel like is going to get taken down for no reason, at least most likely. And I also want it to be something that might be able to help me in the future, and that's why I feel like doing videos on voice acting might be a good route, because if I do try to become a voice actor, I've seen a lot of people on this platform use their channels to sort of platform themselves, and it's just a very good way to not only gain a following, but also to kind of have a sort of extra resume that anyone can see. You don't need to send someone your resume. If they're looking for voice actors, they can just find you on YouTube and they might like you. I don't know if that's something that happens a lot. Please don't try to say that I'm like saying that, but I imagine that is something that could happen. And then in general, it's just a way to get yourself a platform, and it's a way to get yourself a following. But that's pretty much it. I'm really sorry that if you were looking forward to the series, it's likely not continuing, at least not in the form you were expecting. I'm really sorry if you were expecting this to be primarily script duels. If you want to unsubscribe, I understand. I only have a couple subscribers anyways, but if you want to subscribe, unsubscribe, go ahead. I completely understand. That is the bet I am making. I do not expect you to continue to be subscribed when I am completely changing what this channel is going to be about for the most part. The only things that are staying is, to some extent, scripted duels are still going to be around to some extent, and Yu-Gi-Oh! But other than that, things are changing. I'm really sorry that this video was kind of long-winded and off the cuff. I thought about writing a script, but I decided it would be better if I just spoke from the heart here, so you could really get my true feelings on the matter. It would also be easier to finish it that way and, not mess it up. Hopefully the audio doesn't sound too bad. I think it might. If it does, I'm really sorry, but fuck, 1 second. But yeah, if the mic quality sounds really bad, I'm sorry. It is what it is. I just needed to get this video out. In general, I'm really sorry that this video isn't gonna be super well edited or anything. It kind of sucks, but I wanted to make this just a quick channel update so that it could be known. I didn't want this to be coming out at the same time as like my new content. I wanted people to be able to have time, to unsubscribe if they wanted to, and just, tell me how much of a awful person I am. I don't fucking know. Just call me a cuck in the comments if they wanted to. In any case, I guess that's about it. I don't really have an outro, I guess, because I never really have used my voice before, but I guess comment down below and, I don't know, give the video a like if you really liked my shitty video. Ring the bell. I hope if you do stay subscribed that my content is at least somewhat pleasing, even if it's not what you initially subscribed for. And I don't know. I guess I'm out. Have a good day.